It's the AliExpress back to school sale. Now, this is my first video since June, and I haven't done a video since then because there were really no good deals to speak of. However, this upcoming sale really looks legit. And if you look at some of these discount coupons on this particular event, $80 off orders of $569 or more, even $10 off of orders of $69 or more, $15 off orders of $99 or more, and $25 off orders of $139 or more. So the savings for this particular event seem to be significant. And in this video, it's all Pagani design. I'm going to show you some Pagani design watches that I already own and love, some Pagani design watches that I'm really interested in getting, and some others that really aren't for me. I think there might be better values out there, but I'm going to show them just the same in case it's something that you're interested in. And lastly, a couple accessories to really go with your watches. So let's get started. Now, when it comes to Mecha Quartz watches, in my opinion, I think Pagani design is among the best out there. They give you a ton of different styles to choose from. They're great quality, and they come at a great price. And the first one up is this Pagani design sports chronograph. Good looking watch in a variety of different colorways, with a bracelet or with a leather strap. And at these prices, before any sale prices and before any coupons used, these watches could be a great value piece. Here you have the different color options throughout with the bracelet. To me, this black dial with the brown leather strap is a real attractive looking piece. And here are the dimensions. A 39mm watch, 13.5 millimeters thick, and rather light at 69 grams. Again, it sports the Mecha Quartz VK63 movement. 20mm bracelet, so if you want to change out the bracelet to a strap or vice versa or a different type of color, you certainly have that option. And you have sapphire glass in addition to that. Next is a design that I'd hate to say could be better than the design it's homaging. These here are the Pagani design PD1701. And just take a look at those dials. They really know how to homage this particular watch. And I say it could be better for a couple reasons. Number one, you have stainless steel. Number two, you have sapphire crystals. And number three, every single one of them just look absolutely amazing. And for anywhere between $62 to $70 before the sale price, before any coupon discounts, this watch could be the steal of this particular sale. Now, I own a version of this watch from Cadison, and the Cadison is nowhere near up to the level of this watch. I had a cheap nylon strap that came with it versus a steel bracelet. The dial, the quality of the watch just isn't the same. Here you have the specs, your 40mm diameter, 47mm lug to lug, 20mm lugs width, so if you did want to go to a strap like my Cadison is, you could certainly do that with this particular watch. And once again, at these prices before the sale and coupon codes, this might be the watch to get at this sale. Another design the Pagani design knows how to crush is this Daytona homage style watch. And I own this ice blue dial with the chocolate bezel. Absolutely love this watch. The only thing I wish it had was an on-the-fly adjustable clasp, and I took care of that by ordering one and adding it myself. And this also comes in a variety of colorways, as you could see. And now with the sale, it drops down slightly, but again, you do have coupon codes that'll bring the price down even less. This design is a head turner. This watch has that iconic design, the 3 sub dials. You get sapphire crystal, stainless steel all around. This is a quality watch at a fantastic price. I'm sure everyone by now must have one of these in their collection, but if you don't, during this sale, this might be the time to get it. By the way, I should have mentioned I'm going to leave affiliate links to all of these watches in the description. From there, you can click on the link. It'll take you to the page if you decide to buy it. I may get a small commission on your purchase, but you won't pay a penny more. And as I was saying before, I don't think anyone makes a better Mecha Quartz watch than Pagani design for the price that you're getting. Next up is a beautiful 40mm day date with an NH36 movement. This is the Pagani design PD1783. And I happen to own this purple dial version. Love this watch. I chose this particular one because I really wanted the batons over the Roman numerals that you could see here. And I love that purple dial. This red one is really catching my eye, and I might pick this one up during the sale. And you can see here the price drops down to 107.28, once again before any coupons or coin discounts. I've got nothing against Roman numeral watches, but I really prefer the clean look of having those individual baton indices around the dial. And as I said, this purple dial really pops. The way the bezel is cut, it's just a beautiful watch, and it's also very, very comfortable. And again, this red, almost plum color is just gorgeous, and I think I might have to pick this one up. Now, this watch is also available in a 36 millimeter, but the 40 millimeter just fits very comfortably. It's not a large watch. It's a perfect balance, in my opinion. And that President style bracelet is also very nice and very comfortable. Now, here's another design that I happen to own. This is the PD 1733, and I happen to have this same blue-green dial. Unfortunately, though, my watch isn't perfect. My 3 o'clock indice sits slightly lower, and it's uneven and not parallel with the 9 o'clock indice, but it's one of those things that's hard to notice. I didn't send it back because it is, again, hard to notice, and for the price, I really can't complain much. This also houses an NH35 movement, so it does have a ghost date. If that's something that bothers you, then maybe this watch isn't for you. But it is a nice, clean watch, elegant watch. Comes in 2 different colors, the black, green. Here is a close-up of the 2 different colorways. This is a 39 millimeter watch, 44 millimeter lug-to-lug. And like the other Pagani designs, this is also a very comfortable watch. It says here it has a folding safety buckle clasp. I did swap that out for an on-the-fly micro-adjust clasp. Very easy to do because it has screw pin links around the bracelet, so swapping out the clasp really was not a challenge at all. And later in this video, I'm also going to show you where you could get some of those clasps. This next design is nice if you're into that PRX style of watch. It's really not my thing, but I thought I'd show it here because maybe it's something that you like. This watch has all the specs that you're looking for: a solid NH35 movement, sapphire, stainless steel, 38 millimeter case design, 12 millimeter stick. So this should be a relatively comfortable watch to wear. Like I said, it's not a bad looking watch. It has that integrated bracelet, but it's just not one of those styles that I prefer. But it is a clean looking watch. It has decent lume, an exhibition case back. So for the money, at $91.75 before any discounts or coupons, this might be a good value watch as well. And it looks like it's going to drop from $91.75 all the way down to $78.16 for this watch, or $77.79 for the silver and blue. So this might be a very good value watch. Now, when it comes to these GMT2 style homage watches, Pagani Design does a good job. I just don't think they do a great job. And there are better values out there. Given the price that they're asking for, these are good looking quality watches, but you also have to be quite careful of what it is that you're purchasing. For example, at this price point, Pagani Design, the PD1622, they give you a pearl movement where many others are offering an NH34 movement. Something to certainly consider. When I'm looking at this watch design, I tend to lean more towards Tandorio or Steel Dive because they seem to give you a much better value for the price. You get an NH34 movement, 316L stainless steel all around. When you're looking at the Tandorios, they also give you an on-the-fly micro-adjust clasp. They give you a bracelet that tapers down to 16 millimeters, same as this, but it's a 904L stainless steel versus a 316L stainless steel that you typically get from others. Now, with the upcoming sale, this price drops down to $86.40. However, if you were looking for this style of watch, a Pagani Design watch with an NH34 movement, you can see the price jumps up significantly. And with the upcoming sale, these are $114.18, but you do get an NH34 movement when you step up in price. And you can see that here. Pretty much the exact same specs as the other Pagani Design. However, this one does have the NH34 versus the pearl movement. If that's something that's important to you, then maybe this is the watch that you want to go with. However, as I said, if I'm looking at this particular style of watch, I'm looking at a Tandorio. Here is another very popular GMT design, a very good looking watch, a great price at $81.63 on sale before any discounts. But once again, be mindful of what it is that you're getting, because at this price, you are once again getting a pearl movement, and that may be something that can be a deal breaker, or it may be something that doesn't bother you at all. And here are the specs on that: 42 millimeter, 13 millimeter thickness, and it has that pearl movement that they're saying is an upgraded edition automatic machinery, whatever that means. But as you can see here, they do have a variant of this watch with an NH34 movement, if that's something that you want. And you can see here, the specs are quite similar, except for the movement, as you can see here. Still a good looking watch. Not exactly one of my favorites. I prefer the GMT2 homage design versus the Explorer design, but to each their own. Now, if you're into skeleton watches, this Richard Mille-esque edition is a pretty nice option. This all black option right here is very cool. This is the model PDYS011, and it comes in a few different colorways. This comes in a stainless steel case or a black case. I couldn't find any specs on the case to find out if it's a PVD coated or a DLC coated black case. However, it is attractive. 39.5 millimeter diameter, a Japanese Epson movement, silicone strap, sapphire glass. This is a very good looking watch. I love the curvature of the case back, 5 atmosphere water resistance, which isn't bad for this style of watch. Skeleton watches aren't really my thing, but I must admit this one is pretty cool looking. And at a price of $99 and up, before any sale discounts, this might be a viable option for this sale. Now, this design happens to be the latest and greatest, and quite frankly, I don't really know how I feel about it just yet. This is the PDYS027. Has a president-style design, but as you can see, that 3D rhombus dial is what really makes it unique. I mean, it's okay looking, but for me, if you look at the specs, the dimensions are great, the weight seems to be okay, but this does sport a Miyota 8215 movement, and for me, that's kind of a deal breaker, especially at this price point. The 8215s, they tend to be noisy. At least the ones that I have all tend to be noisy, that you can hear that rotor spinning. So for me, maybe this is not the right watch, or at least not the right movement in this watch. So I would probably pass on this, but if this is something that you like, you know where to find it. Now, this next watch looks like a lot of fun. I really love this dial. It's an NH34 GMT, but there's only a handful of reviews on this watch, and it's not very favorable, so this is definitely not something I would recommend. But because it's cool looking, I thought I'd show it just the same. The lume is very cool looking, but I seriously doubt it would last more than 5 minutes. And this green dial is a gorgeous colorway, but I don't see it available in the list. You only have the light blue, the dark blue, and the black dials. And there's not a ton of specs on this watch. Yes, it's a sapphire crystal. Yes, it's an NH34 movement, 100 meters of water resistance, 20 millimeter clasp, 20 millimeter bracelet, but that's about it. You don't get much more information, so without information, it's kind of hard to recommend anything or suggest anything, and I wouldn't suggest picking up this watch. I might pick it up if the sale is too good to pass up, just to see what it's like, and if it's garbage, it's garbage. But at this particular price, at $79.10, I certainly wouldn't pick it up just yet. Now, with all of these watches collected, you're going to need a good watch winder to run them all. And I own 2 of these. These are absolutely fantastic and a steal at these prices. $110 on sale, and then another $15 off of that makes these a real bargain. And as I said, I own 2 of these. Now, one thing about these cases, this is a 6-slot case, so it's rather large and it's rather heavy. It took a month to get it delivered to the house, but once I received it, it was in pristine condition. The packaging that they did on this to make sure that it doesn't get damaged during shipping was absolutely fantastic. They could have dropped it from the plane onto my front lawn and it wouldn't have gotten damaged. These are not only excellent watch winders, but they're also excellent presentation cases for your watches. They have LED lighting, as well as giving you the ability to spin in different directions and at different rates, so it'll work with every automatic watch that you have. Whether it's a unidirectional rotor of a Miyota or bidirectional rotors of other watches, this will handle them all. And as you can see, they have everything from a single slot case to a dual slot case, 4, and the 6-slot cases, which I own. I highly recommend you take advantage of these prices while you can. And as I alluded to earlier, on the fly, micro adjust clasps. All of my Pagani design watches are 16 millimeters at one end and 9 millimeters at the other, and these are exactly the clasps that you'll need for your watches. Removal and installation is super easy. It's just a simple matter of pulling the screw out of one end, removing the old clasp, inserting the new clasp, and putting the screws back in. Very easy to do. You could get it in brushed or polished finishes depending on the type of watch that you have. These I've changed out on all my watches except the President bracelet, of course. But on any diver's watch or GMT watches, I've switched to this and I absolutely love them. These are milled clasps. You can see how they look from each angle. And as I said, these are on-the-fly clasps. They're very easy to install. If you have a tiny screwdriver, as a matter of fact, they even come with a tiny screwdriver so you can remove your old clasp and install these. And even without a sale, if you could pick these up for 10 bucks a piece, why not change them all out? As you can see, you have a middle polish and a brush design. And that's all, folks. If you found this video informative and useful, please take a second to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll leave affiliate links to everything that you've seen here below. And as I mentioned, if you click on the link and decide to make a purchase, I may receive a small commission on that particular item, but you won't pay a penny more. Thanks very much for watching.